Welcome back to another deep dive update on everything happening with Monad and the broader crypto landscape. I appreciate every single one of you who tunes in regularly. Your support is what keeps these breakdowns going. Today's update is all about clearing up where the momentum actually is, what the market structure is trying to communicate, and whether any of these moves actually matter, or whether we're just chopping sideways again. Even as I'm recording this, the overall market still seems to be riding the same wave of momentum we've seen over the past few days. No major shocks, just steady movement, that most people probably aren't complaining about. But the question is, does this momentum actually signal anything meaningful for Monad? Let's unpack that. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research before making any decision. To start off, let's look at how Monad is behaving right now. If we zoom into the last hour or so, the story is basically unchanged. Monad is hovering slightly upward, around a 2.5% increase whether you compare it to USD or Bitcoin. The price is currently just under the 2.70 cent region, and the market cap is sitting close to the 290 million mark. Meanwhile, the 24-hour volume is around $136 million. Now, that volume is pretty interesting, and we'll talk about it later, because it hasn't been lining up with the usual trend we've been seeing. But first, let's deal with the big picture. Before digging deeper into Monad itself, we need to check the major macro indicator, Bitcoin dominance. I won't spend too long on this, but it's something that cannot be ignored. I refreshed the charts just before recording, and what we're seeing is the same range we've been stuck in since November 27th. The dominance keeps bouncing around the same horizontal zone, and every time price dips into that range, we see a reactionary bounce. Almost like the market refuses to give up that support completely. Even when Bitcoin dominance briefly dipped down to around 59% on December 5th, it didn't last. That move was short and quickly reversed, pushing dominance right back into the same pocket we've been watching for nearly 2 weeks now. So, at the moment, this zone is still acting as a clear support. If dominance fails to hold here, though, that changes things dramatically. A breakdown beneath this level generally opens the door for altcoins to finally breathe, meaning we would likely see a wave of strength across alternative assets, including Monad. But, and this is the important part, the upcoming FOMC meeting is casting a shadow over the current structure. Uncertainty tends to freeze the market, and until the meeting concludes, dominance may continue hovering exactly where it is. After the meeting, however, if dominance cracks below the range, that's when we might see altcoins waking up. Now, speaking of Bitcoin, BTC itself isn't doing anything crazy either. Its price action mirrors dominance in the sense that it's also moving sideways. We're holding above the $88,500 level, and even though we had that quick wick downwards on December 5th, that too was temporary. Bitcoin is still comfortably above 89K, which is reassuring considering we're heading into a weekend, where volatility tends to get unpredictable. So overall, BTC isn't giving us strength, but it's not giving us weakness either. It's neutral. And neutrality is often the market's way of saying something is coming, but not yet. Now let's come back to Monad. Yesterday I pointed out something important. 2 rejections from the same resistance, one on December 2nd and one on December 4th. These weren't accidental. They were clean retests that both failed to break through. It makes the resistance level extremely clear. Monad traders respect this area, and the market has made that obvious. If we look at the hourly chart, Monad's been stagnating since December 5th. It's not breaking down, but it's also not attempting anything aggressive upward. We've been floating just under the 2.80 cent region, specifically around 2.77 cents, right below the major resistance. It's like the price is waiting for a catalyst but refusing to fall out of the pattern either. Meanwhile, trading volume has taken a hit. Yesterday I mentioned this as well. We're seeing decreasing volume, and for a while Monad's volume was explosively high, often surpassing the actual market cap. But now the volume has cooled off significantly. Even with lower volume, price has held its range, which tells us something. The sellers aren't overpowering the buyers, they're both awaiting direction. So what happens next? I've simplified the target so it's clear for everyone. The major breakout point is 2.80 cents. If Monad breaks above that and actually holds, the next logical target is around 3.30 cents. That move would represent roughly a 24% jump from current levels. And if volume suddenly picks up, that move could happen faster than people expect. On the opposite side, we need to monitor 2.57 cents. So far, this support has not been broken. But if price breaks below 257, then a drop toward around 2.40 cents becomes likely. And that would be roughly a 9% decline from where we are now. So everything basically comes down to this. The market is in waiting mode, Bitcoin is neutral, dominance is stuck in a range, Monad is sitting quietly under resistance, and the FOMC meeting is the big unknown sitting over everyone's heads. Until that meeting happens, we may see sideways action. After the meeting, the real move likely begins. All right, let's wrap everything up clearly. Today's update paints a picture of a market preparing for its next decisive move. Monad is holding its ground despite shrinking volume, Bitcoin dominance is hovering right above an important support, and BTC itself is moving flat but stable. The key levels are simple. 280 cents, a breakout above this opens the gates toward the 330 cent zone. 2.57 cents. Losing this support could pull Monad down to around 2.40 cents. The FOMC meeting is the main catalyst everything is orbiting around right now. Once it's done, we'll likely see clearer direction across the entire crypto ecosystem. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe for more daily crypto insights. Catch you in the next one. Stay crypto smart.